myself. Okay, so this is why I never schedule my broadcasts on Facebook, because, oh Lord, I woke up late this morning and yeah, it's been a day already, and it's not even noon yet. So anyway, I wanted to come in for a tiny bit and talk about respect and boundaries. Okay. Back up. So, hey everybody. Hey. I'm doing really well with the eye, and I won't have any kind of a real update about that until next month. That's when my next appointment is. But, it's doing really well. Vision keeps kind of fluctuating a little bit, but the big silver ring, the cyborg look is gone, for the most part. When you shine a light in there, you can still see sort of like a grayish line around the eye that I'm hoping is going to go away. But anyway, I've been having a lot of issues lately with respect and boundaries, and I thought it might be a good time to just come in and chat a bit about it, because other people might be having some of the same issues. And our very, very first reaction to boundary issues is to just sort of say, oh, they're such bad people, they're wrong, they're horrible people because they won't respect my boundaries when I set them. And the thing is that it's really more about us. Why are we still engaging with these people? Why are we still allowing them to continue to disrespect us? Why are we, and you have to sort of get to a point where you're really, really actively pursuing, like, you've got solid boundaries. This is how things are. This is how they're gonna be. Hey, Sheila. Hey. This is where the boundaries are. This is how they're gonna be. And you don't have any say over whether or not you're going to respect me. If you don't respect me, I'm going to figure out a way to enforce that. Be that create a boundary or a wall between me and you. You've got law enforcement. You have a court system. You have friends and family who can come and assist you. Hey, Ellie. There's a whole bunch of different ways, non-violent ways, that you can establish boundaries and say, no, this isn't good. This isn't working for me, and it's not going to continue. The N-word has been a really, really big, like, I've never really been one to scream racism or, make a big fuss about one specific word. But the N-word has been a reoccurring theme over the last month. And I finally had to step forward and say, this will not happen again, period. If it does happen again, there will be a consequence, and you're not going to like the consequence. It's going to be a legal consequence. We keep on going after people and, oh, I'm going to get revenge. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to punch you into the ground. I was conveniently reminded yesterday by John Lennon. It was one of his speeches. I think it was an interview where he was talking about people know how to deal with anger. They know how to deal with pain. They know how to deal with ugliness. They'll come and they flick you in your face. They push you around, and they know how to deal with aggression. They don't know how to deal with the peaceful man, the man who just walks away and says enough is enough and I'm not going to participate with this anymore. And I have experienced that over and over and over in my life. And I just kind of wanted to come in and share that a little bit, that we really do. It doesn't matter what government you're living under. Every single government practices that in just in a different way, that they come in and they push you around, and they do that through money. They do that through, licensing, permitting, just creating all of these jumps and hoops for you to go through, challenges for you to traverse. And sometimes they don't do it with everyone. They do it with one or two people at a time. And they make it so difficult for some of these people to traverse these challenges that it's just a total flick in the face. Because a lot of us, I know people who are homeless, who have children, people who are working 3 jobs. I actually live with a couple of kids who are, I think they're 20. I want to say that they're 20, but both of them are working jobs, full-time jobs, good jobs, and cannot afford an apartment of their own. This is a ridiculous standard to live by. Every single government has their own little issue like that. And instead of us looking and saying, oh my God, this standard is totally ridiculous. We're looking at these young people, or the people who are dealing with this standard, and saying they're ridiculous. No, they're not. No, they're not. This challenge is ridiculous. And what it does is it causes problems with their friends, with their loved ones, with their roommates, co-workers, the guy at the grocery store, because you're so angry at all of these things. These challenges that have nothing to do with the roommate. They have absolutely nothing to do with the guy at the grocery store. They have absolutely nothing to do with your mom, your wife, your kids. But the kid they happen to be right there. And they are an easy target. They're an easy way for you, because you can't go and yell at the government. I actually had this experience with my real estate agent one time when I was selling my house. I was like, yes, but they're not here, you are. And I'm like yelling at him, and he's like, oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah, so go on with your bad self. Keep on yelling. It's all right. I get it. And it's like we all go through that at some point or another. We're so mad, and we've got to get it out. We have to get it out of ourselves somehow. And these are not bad people. The boundary setting is necessary for you, but these are not bad people who are disrespecting your boundaries. These are people who are dealing with some major challenges that probably have absolutely nothing to do with you personally, but maybe some of it does. Maybe some of it does have something to do with you. But the big anger is not coming from our day-to-day interaction with one another. It's really coming from all of these, these challenges that we're facing, that we're trying to traverse. And we can't touch those people. We can't yell at those people, because if we do yell at our boss, at the police, at, the school district, at, whatever, go to the DMV and start yelling at them, they're going to call security on you, right? It's easier to deal with that person at the grocery store, your kid, your wife, your husband. It's easier in that realm than it is to just deal here and say, you know what? This is so not worth my energy. This is dragging me down. This is making me even more angry. It's not worth my time. It's not worth my energy. But I'm going to establish some boundaries. I'm going to be Gandalf today. You shall not pass. I'm going to pull out my big staff. I'm going to go and do whatever it is that I need to do to make sure that my boundaries are no longer being disrespected, that I as a human being can exist in this space without feeling threatened, without feeling bullied, without, being pushed around, basically. without all of the fluff, that I can exist in this space peacefully, quietly, and not have a whole bunch of extra, the anger stuff that goes on. Hey, Samantha. Oh my God. I haven't seen you forever. So I think that was it. Just a little reminder of this system that we live in, and it doesn't matter what country you live in, it is designed to make you angry. And it's so easy to say, don't let it make you angry, and put a little cherry on top of that little sundae of bullshit. Everybody has to figure out their own way of not allowing it to kind of like sink in and mess with your stuff on the inside, because we're all fairly happy people until something comes in. I mean, our happiness is so let's be honest, our happiness is so tender that all it takes is like one little thing and it's just like pink, there goes your happiness. So these people that, they just like suck the happiness out of your life. And I mean, we're all that person to somebody at some point or another. But it's kind of that little reminder, that challenge of, are you really happy? Or are you pretending to be happy because you just can't be miserable anymore? You've been miserable for so freaking long, you just can't do it anymore. And a lot of us find ourselves there, where we just can't be miserable anymore. So we just decide, you know what, I'm going to be happy. And then somebody comes in and throws a pile of poop in our, in our little area. And it's like, there goes that happiness, that little bit of happiness that we managed to achieve. What do you do to get there? And for me, it's meditation. It's my music. It's my art. It's coming in here and chilling with you guys a couple of times a week. It's, there's all kinds of different ways. A lot of people go out and they go walking. They, some people get really deep into exercising and stuff because the endorphins make you happy, and happy people don't kill people, so they go, there's a whole bunch of different ways. You just have to find the way that works for you, because there's certain things that I do that, like, seriously, it would make somebody else totally miserable. But I have autism and OCD type of issues. I have post-traumatic stress. These other things that they're doing totally trigger me. I can't do that. So it's, you find your little thing that stops. Well, let's face it, we're all way too crazy to stop the crazy, but we can at least sort of tame it and corral it and say, it's okay to be upset. It's okay to be, feel like you're being manipulated. It's okay to feel like you're being maneuvered, because we're being maneuvered and manipulated by our emotions, there's a million different factors going into it, but mostly by our emotions. We're being manipulated. And how do you stay true to your emotions without allowing yourself to go into robot mode and turn your emotions off? Because that is like your very first instinct, is like, you know what? I'm just going to shut off turn off my humanity switch and forget about those emotions. Who needs those? You do need those. Those are what keep you healthy. It's part of what keeps us healthy and balanced. That's how you access your artistic side. That's how you access your creative side, is through these emotions. Art is provocative, either sexually so or emotionally so, but one way or another, it's tied to our sexuality or our emotions, or both. So, dude, I am melting. It's not even that hot here yet. But so I'm gonna have to go soon, because as soon as I turn on the fan, you guys can't hear me. But I will be back. Today's Monday. I want to say Wednesday or Thursday. Don't, don't quote me on that. If you have any questions or inquiries, feel free to send a message. One of my, somebody from my team will get back to you. If this is, if your question or inquiry is YouNow related, or Props Project related, please contact their teams. I have nothing to do with that. I am Venus. So I deal with Venus issues. But I will see you guys either Wednesday or Thursday.